Ciao Juventini and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to cover two topics. First, an update from the US and how Juventus is preparing for the first game of the FIFA World Cup. And the second, we are going to talk about transfer market. You know, the market never sleeps. Let's start, and I need to put a jingle here. Regarding yesterday, I shared the potential start 11 for Juventus, but there are some changes accordingly to the Italian press. So, of course, De Gregorio will be the goalkeeper. On the left-hand side, we will have Savona, Calulo central, and instead of Gatti that I mentioned on the right, there will be Rugani. So great opportunity for Rugani. Understandable because Gatti is still injured, so he's recovering. A midfield I mentioned about Locatelli, Thuram as a central pair, but actually there will be McKennie and Thuram. So again, most likely it's a US tournament, so Juventus wants to leverage the US player, so McKennie will play alongside Thuram. Of course, there will be Weah and Cambiasso on the left. If you look at the two half strikers, I mentioned that Commaners won't be playing, at least as a starting level as now, but most likely Conceição will play alongside Ildiz, and the striker Colomani. So 2-3 main difference. So Juventus is leveraged the US players, the American player Weah and McKennie. On the back, Rugani will play the first game with Juventus this season because he was on loan at PSV, and Conceição will play instead of Commaners. Commaners is still injured, so most likely he will come on during the game. Regarding the transfer market, and I'm looking at my notes because there's a lot happening. So regarding the striker, nothing has changed. Vlahovic most likely to be out. Commonly will fly to the US to provide them to have time to talk to Vlahovic and understand what the player wants to do. If you remember, Commonly, part of his way of working is he likes to have a one-to-one relationship with the player, with everyone, with all the staff. Players are part of the staff, of course. They are playing for Juventus, so that's something he wants to do. He talked with Vlahovic manager, his entourage, his team, but he wants to talk to the player to understand what was the challenge, if there is any space for negotiation, and what is his mind. Definitely, we are not going to change. We are not going to pay 12 million a year because it goes against what Juventus wants to do. But commonly, before making a decision, wants to talk to the player. The names, they are coming up as potential replacement, Vlahovic replacement are the usual suspect. I've been talking since Giuntoli time, Osimhen and David. Regarding Osimhen, nothing will happen now because it's close, 75 million euro clause if he goes abroad, and 90 million euro clause if he stays in Italy, expires the 15th of July. Which means that no team will make Napoli an offer before the 15th of July. After that, it is open market. So it's all negotiation between Osimhen, Napoli, and the team that wants to buy. So everything is open up. Of course, Napoli needs to pay the 12 million a month salary that he needs to play. Regarding David, he's Canadian, so we can call him differently. And according to Pedulla, he wants 25 million euros signing bonus, plus around 10 million per month. So again, it's quite expensive purchase. And if you look at, it's more or less the same level of Osimhen. Osimhen, of course, there is the price tag is quite higher, but Osimhen gives you certain reassurance from a striking perspective, while David needs to be tested in the Italian Championship. Regarding Colomani, Comolli is working very hard and is talking to PSG. There is a good relation between him and the PSG management, so he is very confident that there will be an extension of the loan. Now, when there is extension of loan, we need to think about two things. First, maybe Juventus needs to pay something to extend the loan, and after that, they need to agree on the price tag. Talking to my French colleague Red and Blue, which I agreed, and he mentioned most likely PSG wants to sell for about 50 million. So if maybe they decide another 10 million for the loan until the next year, and after that we'll decide about 38 millions for the price tag at the end of the season, so Juventus will have to buy. So we wait and see. Regarding the midfield, Nico Gonzalez, there are rumors he will be out. There is no interest. Juventus wasn't happy with his performance this year, and so Juventus will most likely will sell him. And Conceição, there are conversations to keep him. The price tag is 30 million. Now there are conversations about 20. According to Gianni Balzarini, 21, 22 millions. We closed the deal. Big question mark on Douglas Luiz at Cop Manners. Douglas Luiz has a big request, has a lot of requests from the US. And again, Comolli wants to talk to the guy. Tudor wants to see him playing. There is something going on there because I don't see him coming on. Is not considered by the manager, so we need to wait and see. It's a big mystery around Douglas Luiz. Regarding Manners, most likely will stay. They pay 60 millions. There is no one is going to pay the similar amount of money, so most likely Juventus will keep. Last news before we close this video is Rugani definitely will stay, while Juventus is trying to sell Kelly. So that's pretty much it for me. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Let me know what other topics you would like to cover next video. And I'll see you soon. Always Forza Juve, and thank you so much. Ciao, subscribe.